A question came in by one of the visitors to the YouTube channel, and she was very interested to know my take on how women should respond when they are gay, out on a date, or just enjoying themselves hanging out, and guys come up and approach them. And she acknowledged that I was heterosexual, but she still asked for my help, so I appreciate that, because I can just tell you flatly, growing up here in the San Francisco Bay Area, I have friends of all different kinds of sexuality, all different races, all different ages, all socioeconomic groups. I don't discriminate on that part. And my gay female friends and gay male friends, I've hung out with them on different occasions, and they're just friends, and so I don't care what they do in the privacy of their own bedroom with their sex life. That's their business, just like I don't care about my heterosexual friends, what they do. That's their business as well. So in this particular instance, having witnessed this myself, I definitely have an opinion on it. Now, what you have to acknowledge first is the magical thinking that most dudes have. They really believe that their dick has magical superpowers, and it can be used to heal any ailment that a woman might have, from menstrual cramps to loneliness to a broken heart, including the fact that she has decided that she's gay. They think that you just haven't been fucked right, that there's some kind of something wrong there because you just never had a good man in bed, and blah 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 blah. So this is the thinking that they have. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So you are out with a couple of friends. Now, unless you're in a gay bar, there's no way for the guy to know that 2 or 3 women sitting together are gay. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. They're not mind readers. So they see 2 or 3 women out. I mean, that happens all the time. Co-workers go out, friends get together, sorors, ex-college friends, ex-roommates, neighbors. I mean, women will tend to go out in a small group and enjoy a meal and enjoy a drink, happy hour, or something like that. So that alone is not necessarily indicator that the women involved in, the guys approaching are not heterosexual. So, we got to give them that. However, once you let him know by saying, I'm here with my girlfriend, because that's why one of my friends said it, and the guy, it took him a second for the light to come on, but you could see, the gears churning in his head as we were looking at him, and then finally he figured it out, and he was like, oh, excuse me, and he, walked on away. But sometimes they don't take that, they be like, well, that's because you just ain't had it good, I could fix that problem for you, blah, 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 blah. They get ignorant. So in a case like that, a guy approaches you, and let's just start from the beginning. Okay, so a guy comes up to you, and he's like, how are you ladies doing, blah, 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 and he starts trying to, sit himself down and work his way into the group to talk to you. What can you do? You can say, excuse me, sir, but we're having ladies' night out. Thank you for coming by to say hello, but we prefer to be alone. Okay, that's the polite way to do things. If he has any sense, he will say, oh, enjoy your evening, and then he'll go on about his damn business. You could also say, well, you 2 beautiful women, and here's, me and my buddy, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So can we talk to you? We won't be long, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now you got to up the ante, because see, you told him no, but he doesn't seem, it's like he's not trying to hear no. He's wanting to hear what he wants to hear. So in that situation, you have to up the ante a little bit and say, you must not have understood what I'm saying here. We're not into men. Okay, we are here to enjoy ourselves together alone, and I'd appreciate it if you would just go back up, go somewhere, whatever you want to, however you want to word it. Okay, that's very direct. That lets him clearly know what time it is, and Since he didn't seem to understand the first thing that you said or wasn't trying to hear it. Okay, now you have all the information you need to scurry along like the little rodent that you are. Okay, so then this is when a lot of them, though, get stupid. Well, what's that got to do with me? Why can't we just be friends? Why can't we just be friendly? I'm not trying to do nothing. We just want to have a conversation, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Now, see, they wouldn't do that if that were guy, if those were two guys, and the guys said, we trying to, just have a conversation. We just, trying to catch up, whatever. They would be on about the business. But since men, especially black men, have this attitude that anything that they want from women, they are entitled to have, then it becomes a problem. And at that point, you just have to say, look, we're trying to have a good time. We're trying to have a good time alone. We don't want to talk to anyone about anything. We want to talk amongst ourselves. So would you please just leave us alone? Okay, if he still doesn't want to get ignorant, then you're going to have to get, the security or the bartender or, whoever, somebody else involved, because that is a violation of your rights to just, enjoy a good time. Alternatively, you could get up and, and leave if there's no, if you don't feel like it's a safe environment for you to be in, and you're going to be continually harassed by stupid fools, then you just, might do better to go somewhere else. But that is how I have seen it handled. Usually, especially in an area, pretty urban area where there's a lot of activity between, of lesbian and gay men and women, people are kind of used to that, and they understand what time it is, and they, respect people's choices. What I found, though, is especially amongst black men, that I'm telling you, it's like that super, like that super dick thing going on, and they don't really want to hear it. Especially if the women are gorgeous. And one of my friends, we went to this the first time I went to a gay bar. I couldn't believe. Because at this time, I was real young, and I had this stereotype in my mind that all gay women are, what do they call them? They call them a name now. Studs. They call them. I don't think they called them that then. But anyway, they call them studs. And, so I thought that all, lesbians were really obvious that they were lesbian. I was stupid. What can I say? And then, but once we set foot up into this bar, and I think it was called Little Moe's or something like that, in San Francisco. And I went in there, and there were women. They looked like fashion models. They just looked like any woman. With dresses and heels and their makeup on, and their hair was curled, and they just looked, quote, regular. So it was an education for me, and I'm glad I got it when I was real young, so I didn't grow up stupid. But you have these guys see this, that that's what I'm getting at, my long roundabout way to explain this. They see that they look just like, quote, regular women, end quote, to them, and so they may not connect the dots that that this woman is gay. So I'm just saying, just be a little more forgiving in that respect, because they might be like me and just not know any better. But if you tell them, like I said, and they persist on interjecting themselves into your conversation, interjecting themselves into your socialization, you have to up the ante and, just be very blunt and tell them, I don't, we're trying to just have a good time by ourselves. Thank you for your attention, but, maybe some other time. However you want to, it just depends on you, and however you want to phrase it, it depends on how the guy is going to act and how he's coming at you. Most that I've seen are reasonably intelligent and polite. But every once in a while, you're going to run into that fool where, you might have to pull out your pepper spray or something and blast his ass, because he's just not going to take no for an answer. So that's my suggestion. Just be very clear, very blunt. Be, don't give them an inch. Don't say you can sit down maybe for a minute. stuff like that. Don't do that. Put up your boundaries and stick to them. Deb Cooper, survivingdating.com. Now that you've seen some of the grade A content that the Debsterism channel offers, please become a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button down below. Then you'll see a little bell. Click that after, and then you'll be able to get notifications sent directly to your cell phone of when I post new content. You can be one of the very first people to review the new videos, like them, comment them on them, and share them. We'd like you to do all of those things to help the channel grow. I appreciate your support, so become a subscriber. Tell your friends.